What's going on, YouTube? And welcome back to another episode of What the Duck Auto. And today, my engine's ready to go back in the car. I'll show you here in just a second, and we'll go over some things. I really didn't record that much of me putting everything together. A couple reasons is one, there's a bunch of videos out there on YouTube. How to do like a rear main, how to do the timing, how to pull the intake. I just felt that it would be kind of redundant. So I didn't film everything. And two, because I was kind of in a rush. You know, I don't make these videos that often, and when I do, it's kind of hard for me to like edit everything together. I gotta break out my tripod, and if I record at work, that compressor back there stays running all day. And so it's just incredibly loud, so the audio would not be that great. So let's go ahead and jump into what I have and what I did as a little summary. So we have, this is going in a Mark 6 GTI. We have a block out of an 08 Tiguan with 80,000 miles at jump time. We have a head. Now the engine that's in the GTI is a CCTA. This is a CBFA head though, which means it had secondary air injection, but we blocked it off. And so basically, let's just go from bottom to the top. Lower oil pans on, upper oil pans on. The rods y'all saw were integrated engineering rods, integrated engineering calico rod bearings, stock pistons, stock or OEM piston rings that I gapped, purchased from FCP Euro. Tectonic valves and stock seats, obviously stock springs. It's got single tooth retaining clips for the for the valves, and it also has integrated engineering valve seals and valve guides. It's got OEM timing chain, OEM tensioner. I gotta get a plug. OEM tensioner from FCP Euro. New crankshaft bolt. And basically, besides the little bolts for these and the oil pan, all the bolts were replaced. New head bolts. I wanted head studs. They were back ordered. We got new cam cradle bolts, all torqued. You can see the lines for the 90 degrees. I do have a torque angle, torque wrench. This is just something that was a little bit easier than breaking out the 3/8 torque wrench. Just put a line on all of them. Intake manifold isn't on yet because the wiring harness doesn't split for the injectors on my vehicle like some do. This is an upgraded version. It had the 2015. We have this. This one's been on before the engine blew up. New water outlet housing. The other one was done. On the turbo, I replaced this exhaust housing from another turbo. This is the compressor housing from the one in the GTI. My exhaust housing. Let's see. Oh well. The wastegate was just really bad. It rattled. You could hear it when you went to go floor it or anything. The boost would try to catch up, and then it would just like let it go, and then finally that wastegate would seat, and then you'd get boost. So now we have, I mean, it's tight, a wastegate. We have new studs here on the turbo. We have new exhaust manifold studs, new nuts for the exhaust manifold, new nuts for the downpipe, new downpipe gaskets, new oil feed line. This isn't. This is off eBay. It was $35. I'm hoping that it works. I don't see why it wouldn't. It just uses flange connections. Braided steel line. I thought it looked good. I think it's going to make everything look good. Brand new N75 valve. From FCP Euro, I broke this off of the other one when I was pulling the head out. Brand new gasket for the upper timing cover. Brand new gaskets all the way around, honestly. Everything's new. New cam position sensor. Crank position sensor, I was going to check it, pulled it out, and it broke. So we have a new one on the way from FCP Euro. And that's about it. There's a little catch up. I'm sorry I didn't film everything going together. I know some of y'all might want to see that. Some of y'all might not. It's out there on YouTube. These TSI engines are built by, you know, a bunch of people, and a lot of people put them on YouTube. So I just kind of wanted to put something of my own content out there on this engine. I'll probably end up filming a stab it because I think I'm going to take a different approach than everyone. I don't think I'm going to pull the transmission. I don't think I'm going to pull the front. I think I'm just going to try to get it in there through the top without pulling everything. So we'll see how that goes. We might have to pull some stuff off. I have a Continental belt on the way as well. And I got to order one of those, a plug. I thought I had one ordered, but I don't know where it's at. But yeah, the goal is to crank it up by the end of this month, which is so amazing because this car's been down since March. So that's the goal, is to crank it up. It doesn't have to be on the road. I just want to crank it up and break the engine in. You know, and we're going to go with, I have another 5 quarts on the way, but we're going to go the first 20 minutes of the break-in process. We're going to go with conventional. We use Mobil 1 here. I'm just going to run 5W30 conventional in there to get those rings hot, get them seated. Then we're going to use Motul 1040 break-in oil for 30 miles. We're going to drive it 30 miles, come back, drain it. After the 30 miles, we're going to go back in with another 4.9 quarts of Motul 1040 for about 500 miles. We want about 10 to 12 heat cycles on this engine before we can consider it broke in. I'm not going to hurt this engine. I'm not going to romp it for, you know, a while. And then after that, I used to run Mobil 040 Euro in it. I'm sticking strictly to Liqui Moly, this right here. You can actually get it pretty cheap on FCP Euro. It's $34, or I think it's like 40 bucks. You get 5 quarts, a filter, and a drain plug and gasket. It's like a whole oil change kit for like 40 bucks. They had them on sale for like 37 bucks. I scooped up a couple of them, so we're set there. A couple other things. This is the original PCV. I broke the pipe from there. Come over here. I've got a new one of those pipes. New intake manifold gasket. We have a new pilot bearing. I should have put that in when I put the rear main seal on. I'm dumb. And I think that's really it. These used to be just so full. Extra oil filters for all those oil changes, of course. And then we have some extra gaskets that we didn't need. So really appreciate y'all watching this video. I know it's kind of long and drawn out. My engine's done. As far as me building it here in the shop, it's ready to go in the car. I'm ready to drive the car. Stay tuned. If it runs, y'all see a first startup video. If not, well, y'all see I'm getting rid of the car video.